Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm back and I'm mad.
Only for other people.
Hello, people out there. I hope I'm live.
Me, 'cause I'm amazing. Fucking amazing.
Oh no, my batteries are dead.
I know.
Oh no. Okay.
It's a terrible, terrible shame. You got like one on. That's
like a candle in the wind.
Dead princess plastered all over a Parisian tunnel. What?
Something along those lines, maybe. Hello, Dan Lee, Oridokovic, and Demon Sub. I think the rest is still asleep. Wankers.
They are just the worst. The real question is, Orinoco named after the Womble or the Flow?
Maybe both. Maybe the Womble has been named after the Flow, and that's why.
Orinoco Flow came out years after the Wombles. So I imagine Enya's just a big fan of the Wombles.
Yeah, Womble it is.
Remember you're a Womble. Cha, cha, cha.
Before we start with our project, I've got a few things to show off. I got stuff.
Right.
I got a big box of this.
Oh, stuff. Actually, I do have stuff. A lot of stuff.
It's the edition of the Shadow Collective.
Excellent. Good old Shatton.
And some more speedy paints.
Right.
Adding some color to colors.
Interesting.
Dices and tokens. You may
Yeah.
and a little one which isn't, well, you can't see. It's the Humvee.
Hungry Hippo.
Humvee.
What type of Hungry Hippo?
And sadly, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but Fantasyverse doesn't seem to be very willing to supply more. Whatever. Still, got things to paint.
That's your problem.
Yeah,
you tried to be nice and order from somebody in your country. You should have knuckled down and went to Sweden a long time ago before I empty their gear.
There's still time, but no money left.
Fucking isn't, you know?
Yeah, also, my hobby allowance for the next 2 months is gone. It's just blown.
Oh, no.
Yes.
That's terrible.
But for some odd reason, I was told Shadow Collective would be next month. And so, yeah, it wasn't next month.
Probably a mistake. You should probably return it.
Let me think. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No. Not happening. I see there's activities in the chat. Dr. Fuck of Ears and Subtoucher Hazy Boy. Welcome. So,
Enya's early stuff, which was part of Clannad.
Beg your pardon?
That was good. You know.
Clannad? Robin.
Exactly. That's the one.
I actually own a fair bit of their music.
In the words of a great comedian, how can you hate Enya? It's just silence coloured in. Good old Steve Hughes. That's true.
Silence
I
coloured.
fucking hate Enya. How can you hate Enya?
Well, I think we have some projects we can look at today, don't we?
We do. I like how my camera seems to be drunk, focusing in and out. I could turn the light on.
Oh, it had been drunk last week at the end of the show also, but, well.
I've got a light stick.
Whoosh, now you're eliminated and blurry. I think she's settled now.
Yeah, you'll be lucky.
Excusez-moi.
Yeah, you know, you do.
Oh, I just finished watching the Slanya battle report.
Yes.
Looked very relaxing. I was a bit confused about the runtime, but was it 34 minutes?
It's not long. I could have sworn it was like 25.
or could even be 25. I was very. So this is either a very short game or somebody flipped the table mid game.
Short
No,
game.
it was just you going berserk, literally.
That's why I do it.
Yeah. So, oh, wrong. Where's my buttons? I lost my buttons. There's my buttons.
Got
Now
no
with
buttons
added battle
here.
report. I hope this isn't false advertising. Also, edit has AD too much, you dickhead.
Very harsh, isn't he? Very harsh.
Indeed. Hazy Boy is doing what exactly? Back to 40k. Why?
Because he can. In this case, it's Epic 40k. Think of it like Epic Star Wars Legion, but it actually exists.
And he is saying to my face how harsh I can be and being so cruel to myself. These look very tiny. Though
Well, yeah, they're epic sized.
I guess they are, I'd say, reprints?
Yeah/no. There are some originals, some later edition, and some 3D printed stuff scattered throughout the armies on show here.
Because I'm guessing the Scout Walkery types are a new edition. Those weren't available back in the day.
The original ones were based on the looked like a Fiat Panda with its roof cut off, stuck on some legs. But it's all good. Also, I quite appreciated the Preludes War, where we get the little story being told between uncle and nephew.
So many tiny fighting men.
Because, damn it, tell them there's a damn lesson in the ranks if that's what it takes. But uncle, what the hell is a lesson? I don't know, boy. Nobody does. Just get the call out to get this problem off our hands. Lesson.
Reminds me of that intro from that one Manowar song. Tell me a story, father.
Maybe I was influenced by that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is. We could ask him if he only had some way of...
I know, it's madness. It's never going to happen, though. There's just no way to communicate over time and space. By the time we throw our question out there, Earth will have moved on. The answer will come back somewhere else.
It's almost like as impossible as Tauros visiting the visitor center.
Oh, even more impossible than that. That's truly the heights of impossibility. How are you finding the speedy paints? Easy. That was just for me. To be fair, the battle report would have been enough to suck me in. Because I quite like how the Wraith Guard have turned out.
Yeah, it looks like speed paints really do find their place in the community. And I'm still giggling about the large
Hadron Collider?
No. That also. The reveal of Games Workshop, they were working so hard on something new, and yeah, we put some more fluid into our paints.
Oh, okay. Slightly more thinned down, is that what it is?
I guess. And so many people were throwing around theories on what it could be that Games Workshop's going to show, and it's just, yeah, we reworked our paints. Ooh.
Yeah, I'll never catch on. I'd say I'm still playing around with the Holy White. I'm still not a fan of how it dries, although I may have thinned it a bit too much, so I've got to go back and play with it a bit more. For some additional bots for Bot Wars. Bot War, Bot War, Bot War. Is the bots, that's the war.
That's how you know that the magic is made. So many little tiny fighting men.
Weirdly. No, maybe not weirdly. Don't know where I've put them. Because I have a tendency to start things and then fuck off from them for a long time. The way people were talking about them reactivating. Well, some stuff I'd started painting, and I went back in and I chucked things on them to see if I could get them to reactivate, and they didn't. So your reactivation window is very small.
Yeah.
You've only got, like, I don't know, somewhere between minutes and a couple of weeks. I'm fairly certain it weren't sitting around more than sort of 3 weeks.
Oh, I love these classic speeder bikes.
Oh, they're clinker sham, as I believe they say in France. Back in the good old days when Imperial Guard could have them. Unfortunately, these ones have got terrible Space Marines on them, but you can't have everything. I also like the fact they don't have any armor. Don't need armor. You've got speed and a massive gun.
I am speed! When he just goes...
I like the Marines. It's very poppy look.
It's an interesting color scheme. I don't think I've seen something similar beforehand.
Have you not? Outrageous. Because John and Warren came up with a color scheme exactly like it for, I want to say, like the Astral Badgers or something. I don't know.
The black hole!
This is a Hazy Boy special from the past.
Look at that glorious black hole. Love that movie to bits. Crispin, welcome.
Yeah, the times I've had it reactivate, I haven't particularly worried. In fact, compared to contrast, see if you step over or spill somewhere else on contrast and you've got to go back in and prime, or you have to live with the fact that there's a big splodge in a different color somewhere on your miniature. I like the fact I can go in with a loaded brush and just water it down and remove it without having to re-prime the whole thing.
Special guest appearance, Doggo.
It's the best way. Look.
Oh, and in the background there's a Jerry playing something.
Probably some sort of awesome game of awesomeness. I can't see.
I
imagine it winning.
Say it's Stargrave?
Stargrave, yeah. It's the asteroid field game with 0G.
Floaty. Come join us. Everybody floats here.
I think if you're selective enough and neat enough putting it on,
oh, smarties,
you wouldn't really have to worry too much. But it's a outstandingly big project.
A sizable force.
It's the way to do it. How stripy that is. Stripy. Sorry, I'm not looking at what you're looking at, but I am looking at things, but they're different.
But also
not as much Grey Matter beige being applied, I've noticed, which is, a bit of a shame, but you can't have everything.
Well, this doesn't look like homemade.
Who, that one? No,
that Phantom Titan.
That's a classic. Before they ended up giving it an Ulster bus for a head, somebody thought that was a better design.
Oh, see, here's a prime example of please don't squeeze the bottle too hard.
Yeah,
oh, it looks like a murder scene.
That's why you should always keep pipettes nearby so you can replace them back into the bottle. I almost had that. Well, my magic blue, I noticed when I was squeezing it, I got like a dropout, and then it was going, no, you're not getting any more. It's like, we shall return to you.
Exact same dry pellet, just for the speed paints.
I have a massive one. I don't know where I put it.
Oh, and some orcs.
Yes. Orcs and Eldar.
Lovely,
the other white meat. It's also, as I've said before, it's nice to see them on the proper bases. Square, like nature intended.
Do people actually play games on this size with round bases?
No, but GW changed it from being a square to being a long rectangle with all 5 in a line.
Oh, a strip.
The worst. Just the worst.
Well, that's a heck of a project.
I think the general consensus is, yeah, speed paints are good. I think it's mostly how that one goes.
I really can't tell that I heard anything negative about them yet. Maybe there will be something in the middle to far future. Maybe the paints go off and start to smell or something. You never know.
Give it time.
Or maybe they start to clump. That's one of the bottles I ordered, was the thinning medium for the speed paints, because I wanted to see if the paints react differently from using water as a dilute.
See, I have it, but I don't use it for the speed paints. The Mega Paint set actually says we've included this so you can turn other inks and paints you have into speed paints. They don't actually list it as a thinner.
Why do they call? Oh, it's speed paint medium.
Speed paint medium. So if you've got other colors that you really want to see how they go as a speed paint, can you see my handy dandy chart of paints?
No, we just see your gourds.
Oh, that's excellent. Wow. Okay.
Use speed paint medium with war paints to mix your very own speed paint colors. Okay, so yeah.
Can you see the pinks on the bottom?
I can see some pinks, yes.
So those were done with the speed paint medium, just to test out.
I also bought something for a use case that it doesn't apply to. Could be worse.
I mean, you can. There's no reason why you, assuming the medium is the same inside it all, it should therefore work for thinning. I've just been thinning with water when I can be arse thinning. I can't be arse thinning that often. Is there special speed paint large or speed paint tiny? Yes, both. But you have to send the money directly to me for those.
There's the beginner set with 10 paints and the large paint set with 43 or something.
He's making a joke about medium, large and small, medium, large.
Oh yes. Brain not working.
Apparently the heat's getting to the German.
No. You know what it is? It's this again.
Dirty Water Tower looks great, by the way, even before you've Dirty Water Towered it up. All you need is a thin piece of fishing line. And then you do a Johnny Cash silhouette on the side of it, and then you put your fishing line out. Like that water tower somewhere in America, where they shot a hole in his crotch to make it look like he was pissing.
And it did look like he was pissing.
Nobody can tell you how hot it is unless we've got. Is there somebody elderly here? Toros might be able to help. Because we'll give you a temperature and it'll be in Celsius, and nobody knows how to convert that to Fahrenheit. It's a ridiculous system to convert it. I'm pretty sure you have to divide by 5 and multiply by 9, then add 40 or something. It's fucking most infuriating thing ever.
And also you need to sacrifice a small child.
Pretty much. Yeah, I quite like the thing. I know what Soap's saying about adding the extra weathering to sort of
40 lovely seas
step the
at Crispin's place.
Things out.
105.
40 degrees set. What the absolute fuck? No, but seriously, what the absolute fuck?
But that explains a lot, doesn't it?
It explains why so many people want to pick up a gun and start shooting.
That's what I said.
It's 12 degrees here, and I've been panting like a fucking dog in heat all day. Apparently it's going up to 19 tomorrow. Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and Moses.
Well...
Oh, my God. Anyway.
Let's jump into the next project. I finally finished clicking all the good buttons. Where is it? Where is it? Katahan Jungle Fighters by BM Osse? That's a new one.
Yes, exciting and new, isn't it?
Huh.
Well,
Small tufts. I see a lot of small tufts.
they have joined the Tufty Club,
Oh,
as they call it in France.
these are the most colorful hidden
And I, for
troops
one,
I've ever seen.
fucking love it. Love it to bits. So
This
tufts
looks
from,
like a attack squad for the small town of Smurfs.
but it's perfect for Catachan jungle fighters who live in the most riotous jungle of death anybody can ever find. So he's broke out the war games scenics, tufts, heather, poppies, and other things, and mixed them up with some of the plastic plants from the Catachan box set. I mean,
Jeebus Christ.
it's fucking amazeballs. And you
Look
know
at the colors. That's grim dark for you.
I've never been so happy to see a basing style in all my life. Oh my giddy ants.
He can almost be forgiven that it's 40k.
They're great. And it makes such a change to not just see
Barren
dirt
wastelands.
base and a couple of tufts. You know, yes, they're meant to be jungle fighters, so add as much jungleism in around them as you can, which is just perfect. Absolutely perfect.
And also, he's a very highly acclaimed student of the photography school of Jerry. We have a in-focus background.
Once again, that is how you'd see a Catachan jungle fighter. It would be nothing except the jungle coming to life and
A blurry
doing you in.
motion.
The minute you see them, it's already too late. Thus, you're getting the speed and motion there, so it's all good.
I'd like to think this is how he started and then thought to himself, well, this is kind of a bit disappointing and boring. And then went, yeah, we need all the flowers.
Yep. It's 100%
Oh, I love this.
exactly how you want it.
Now they need some kind of support vehicle that gets some flowery decoratives around them.
Oh man, just painting a Chimera or a Lehman Russ tank like something out of the fucking Banana Splits.
or looking like an elephant in an Indian religious
Parade. Oh yeah. Any of those are fine.
This is grand. Sadly, it's a very short one.
Crispin, don't toy with me. The Dream 4 Stooks would have been absolutely fucking amazing. Stugs everywhere.
With tiny fighty flowers. This is amazing.
It's great. It's just so great. I can't wait to see the whole army done and dusted. With that riot of colour on the bases.
And the what's it called? The chief
Oh, you've got the
commissar. The commissar is hiding in some kind of shrubbery. Just the upper torso is still visible.
Or the alternative is just have a pair of legs and then have a massive bit of clump foliage with loads of plants on it and stuff, as if he's just walked under a tree. And all you can see is the legs.
Just a pair of shoes coming beneath a shrubbery.
I tell you what, you fuck around at the Chelsea Flower Show and some Chelsea pensioners will come out of the poppy fields and stew you up like a kipper.
This is actually... I've never seen such a cheerful weapon of destruction.
It's belter.
That's
Just
grand. If he actually makes a complete army in this style, I'd be very disappointed if that hasn't been mentioned on the gold button.
I have heard that it's absolutely fucking enormous. At one point I had plans to replace all my Chimeras with them, but they were like 60 quid each and bigger than a Land Raider. I say, oh well, I can't do that then. Stealing that train? Oh yeah, definitely. Like everybody should. It's so delightful. Anyway.
And I really think if he were able to sneak in some 3mm high Smurf somewhere in this. Be even more greater, more better.
What he just needs to do is make a tiny face cloth, a little flannel, and just hide them on some of the bases. Just a tiny white square of fabric to be the Katachan face eater that occasionally lurks in bathrooms and eats people's faces.
Sadly, this has
Evening,
been
Emma.
only the second project for tonight because I feel we can only go downward from this count. I'd be hard pressed to find something that's even more enjoyable.
Oh, I love it.
But
Love it
we'll
a bit.
try nonetheless.
Yep. Well, we're going to stick with outrageous basing.
Oh, grand. The Laughing Boy is doing Moonstone.
Yeah. So, obviously, if people have been paying attention, he had painted all his Moonstone figures at the start of the month. They were all done and dusted to date. So there's like a lovely grip shot of the initial 2-player starter set plus the add-ons that he'd brought in to bring them up to sort of full troops. But he's back now, delving into a bit more for round 2, which is very well timed because they've just announced that on the 25th of July there'll be an 8-week Moonstone campaign coming.
And he will have a force to play with. That's nice.
In that case, he's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. He's got 3 forces, actually 4 forces there. You can play a 4-player game with that. Because you only ever have 12 models on the table. So you divide 12 by the number of players, and that's how big your troops are. And there's even, just below that gnomish airship on the right, you can see Eric the Squire with a sword. So, no, airship, not inflated frog. Left a bit, that's Fancy Pants. What your other left? You're looking for a Squire. Yes, more left. You're still hovering over there.
Yeah, I already clicked, but the delay is kicking in.
I'm aware of the delay. But your little magnifying glass hasn't moved at all. It's moving so slowly. Jesus, do you need an adult? There we go. It's suddenly shot away there to the right, which is the opposite of left in every regard. Anyway, for people at home, if you look to the left of Baron von Fancy Hat, you'll see the small wooden sword-wielding child, Eric the Squire, and he's going to be the focus of the narrative campaign. They've done 3 variations.
In front of the red guy.
Vicious Midget, the Goblin Knight. No, not him. Not in any way, shape, or form him. In fact, he's practically on the other side of the picture from where you were. You're very bad at this. You think you'd have got better after all this time.
Yeah, I was to the right, and you said to the left. Now, which one is it?
Well, I said to the left of the guy whose cursor you were on. You were like 1 miniature away from him. Then you suddenly decided to shoot off to somewhere completely different.
So the airship is to the far right.
Yes.
And below that, there is a Batman with a shield, a sign telling the end.
Yes.
And then?
Yes. And to the left, there's a small child with a wooden sword.
This one, the Peter Pan looking dude.
Yes, well done.
Oh, great.
That's fucking delight.
Translation matrix not working.
It's a thing of outstanding, amazing boldness.
Chaos.
Anyway, he's going to level up. At the end of it, they're going to have an adult version who will be a knight for one of the 3 factions. He currently belongs to the Commonwealth. By the end of it, he could belong to anybody, including La Chevalte, the best faction, because that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, the Zelda want to be, could be.
Will he get a extra miniature?
Yeah. Oh, they're doing a whole new sculpt for him because he's no longer a squire. He's a full-on Knigget.
Oh, I think I've ruined the spelling for knight for my daughter.
Yes, because you keep calling them Kniggets.
Yes. And
silly Arthur King.
I'm getting bad looks from my wife every time I do it.
Excellent. So the I don't know if they've seen yet the Moonstone prize from UK GE, rather than me just picking one randomly, I sent all the character descriptions to Tom. I just went, I'm not dealing with this, Tom. You read these and pick one. You can tell us which one's the winner. And then I'll put it up on the site. And, you know, if you feel the urge to steal any of them for inspiration, then, you know, Firefox, you go, girl.
Are these 3 witches?
They are.
Hmm.
The mother,
How
the
could
maiden,
you tell?
the crow.
And I'm guessing the one in the middle is the most evilest witch.
She might be.
I'm pretty sure. Also, I don't think Martin is with us today. I'm guessing he's doing his old stuff. Or is he?
I haven't seen him yet.
Well, you should look up his YouTube and Twitch channel, even though he has said he likes streaming more in the last week or something.
I hope it goes green to yellow with the beer goggles. Because if it's before and after yellow to green, well, I'm not going to say anything about your taste in witches.
Maybe the beer's gone bad.
Very much so. Very much so. But anyway, yeah. So interesting to see. Martin does some lovely work, and yeah,
he's a talented bastard, is he?
Yeah. Well, it's very much a case of how quickly can I fire these things out so I can get playing with them, which is a level I've very rarely managed to get to.
Yeah, it's something with inertia, painting inertia. I just lose steam after the first mini for some odd reason.
You know.
It's like I'm having a leak of motivation.
Oh, right. I thought it was some sort of prostate thing there. You're having a leak and then it's just like you want to go full gun, but it just goes to a little tinkle.
Let's put it this way.
If you don't have pressure behind it.
If I had something like that, I wouldn't tell it to anybody publicly like Warren did. What? How long is it ago?
Think he shares too much?
2 years ago, where he started talking about dangly bits hanging out his rectum.
Could be worse.
Yeah, he could be showing pictures.
That is true. That's how it could be worse. Anyway.
So, venturing on to hopefully not people's rectum being shown.
Rectum almost killed him. Little short one.
Battle of the Bulge.
The reason it's a little short one.
It's new?
No. The plan was to go and do a similar thing to Stalingrad. So we looked at it a couple of weeks ago, Stalingrad. Massive, all-consuming project to keep him out of mischief. And then he got the Rona and spent a lot of time not doing anything at all. So back now, having had a 6-month-ish interruption, and started off with his first little Panzerground squad. They've got snow on them.
Yeah. Again, he's using a much more research material than I'd ever would want to use.
It's one way of doing it. The alternative is you go Hollywood like Warren.
Or you
just leave everybody twitching.
Or you just wing it and then deal with people calling you out for using the wrong shade of green on your uniforms.
They wouldn't call you out in the wrong shade of green. They might call you out on the, British commandos and Japanese Imperial flamethrowers, which I'm fairly certain weren't at the Bulge in any great numbers.
Why?
The phrase, they look cool.
Why does he have this gun? That's not legal. Go fuck yourself.
Argo, fuck yourself. I was very good. I did not say Argo, fuck yourself on the live stream on Saturday, despite having the setup. desperately close to it. It's like, I won't swear.
You missed your chance there, but
Yeah,
there
you
will
know.
be another, I guess.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought I'd aim people back at that one if they're not already following it, to keep an eye if they're interested to see where he goes with it.
Oh, I'm guessing it's going to be a full-on scenario like the other projects.
Like Stalingrad, oh yeah, massive.
He's a very thorough working geek.
Yeah, well, somebody has to be. Well, the rest of us could be arsed.
Yeah, other people. We live our hobby through your doings, and we only ask small things of you,
Through my
like
doings.
battle reports and stuff. What's next up?
Sticking with the historicals.
What?
Yep.
Huzza!
Andy, as he's known, out with some Polish-Lithuanian Cossack cavalry.
And he's at it again with very nice paint jobs.
Yeah, I know. He's a terrible bastard. You can't help it. Keeps doing it.
You could break his fingers.
No, it's all right. Also, he's bigger than me, so
Impossible.
he fucking is.
Well, that must have been a
It's
revelation
terrible.
at the first meeting.
Hated him instantly. That's how it goes.
Why do I need to look up all of a sudden?
Oh no, it's balling. It's work on mad. But I like the stuff Andy does anyway. His big games that he puts on, it all looks fantastic. I particularly like that he always lists where he got the stuff from. So in this case, mixes
Would you
from
look at this
2 or
detailed
3.
work that is on the back of the minis?
Yes.
Your opponent never gets to see these.
Yeah, but you get to see them all the time. So that's why you should always paint the back first. And if you don't paint the front, well, fuck it, you're not going to see it. I wouldn't even recommend priming the front. What's the point? There's no point. I like the use of transfers, decals on the shabraks on the horses as well.
Yeah.
So that's quite nice.
Though I guess that is possibly a bit fiddly because the large curvature.
No, if you've got decal fix, you'll be fine.
Microsol and microset.
Yep. You won't have an issue with it. I'm fairly certain that's nail transfers for nail art, which is a great way of supplementing the range of Tiny Fighting Men decals we have for your water slide transfer goodness. There's even a butterfly on one of them. Butterfly. And look, it's Christmas.
My butterfly. Oh, and he got a golden button for this. Oh,
He did. And he asked the eternal question.
Why?
No. Was it another 48 and he can cash them in for a meal at Pizza Hut with one of the OTT crew? Now who to pick? I pointed out that if he wants a full pizza to himself, take Justin and get vegetables on it. If he wants to diet, take Warren and it'll be demolished before he's finished his first slice, and the rest of us are on a sliding scale in between. That's the way to do it. Tag miniatures, the assault group.
At least you can scale that down then. How long ago was it the eating random stuff event? Is it 3 years?
I want to say 3 years. It was before Rona, because the first week of lockdown, and we were all sent home that week, we stuck that post out again, front stage, just to tide us over while we tried to work out how the fuck to work from home.
Because that was a very entertaining adventure.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Eat the spider. Eat it. Just the leg. No, I won't.
Very dusty. A lot of those bugs. Just saying. It's like when you get to the bottom of a dry roasted peanut bag. A lot of dust. Did Justin ever receive a Pink Kids first aid kit? I honestly don't know, Dave. It's possible. They have a terrible tendency to get stuff and then set it somewhere out of the way and then completely forget it's come in. So I arrived in one day and started digging through the office for something and just started pulling out bits going, what's this? Where's this? This company sent this months ago. I told them we hadn't received it because you all told me we hadn't received it, and they sent another one. Stop hiding shit in random places. I want you to take the shit, put the shit in one place, and tell me when the shit is in. This is how we go. So it's entirely possible it's there.
Black licorice isn't horrible.
No, there's nothing horrible about black licorice. Although I am shockingly running low on the licorice that the Danes give me at Expo.
Well, you'll soon be on your way.
Yes, that's true. Just try and piecemeal it out over the next week until I go and dive into it.
So you will be going over there with an empty suitcase and returning with lots of licorice and other stuff.
Oh yeah, very much so. A lot of bot war and licorice.
Bot war made from licorice.
That too.
Edible terrain. That would be nice. Yeah, Andy does a great job again. I don't think he'll get another gold button for the same project yet again, but we'll see. What's next on our little parade?
Dum 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 dum.
Yes, that's correct number.
He Mackay.
Thank God you pronounced that. I wouldn't have no idea what that would mean and why there's so many numbers after that.
I'm assuming it's because there's already 14,214 P Mackays listed.
140,214.
Very popular website.
Yeah, at times there are actually a lot of spam bots. So this is Spring Clean Holiday. Let's try that again. Spring Clean Hobby Challenge 2022. Has that concluded yet? I don't think so.
Yes, in 3 hours and 18 minutes, it will conclude.
So today is the last day to enter stuff?
Yep.
Oh, that's grand. So when will be the prize winnings pulled? Someday?
Saturday or Friday, whatever day the weekender goes out.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it might be. Or next week. Depends. Depends whether or not we get it done for this week.
So he does assorted projects, as he says?
Yes.
And we start with tiny scale Prussians.
Yeah, why not? Very interesting. I seen Leon T66 on YouTube did a thing for Becca's yesterday. He's a community member on Beast of War as well, who's not been great. He did a little update and he was painting up some his British. He made the South Essex from Sharp by cutting up some of his line infantry, British line infantry, and also rifle regiment, and put them together, which I think is a bit excessive in 10mm. That's nice to see little 10mm Prussians. Look at them all grey. So happy. Well, they look happy.
French Napoleonic cuirassiers. Why do people always start converting their stuff in historics?
Because, you might want somebody to stand out a bit. If you're going to have multiple regiments of cuirassiers, then why not differentiate them in some way? In that case, he's done that that piece of art.
That's a jump from theme to theme.
Yep.
All of a sudden,
blast. It's all good. Now, he He did dry brush it with Sandry Dust and a Shabty Bone, which is very close to Brain Matter Beige, but not quite.
Almost.
But he did say it was going to be random stuff. I like the fact there's random stuff. It goes from like a regiment of hussars to Cthulhu thing to a kip-bashed zombie with crab claw. Crabs.
With a actual crab claw.
Crabs. Best kind of crab claw. Actual crab claw. Like the actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, God. And back to historicals.
Back to historicals with a bit of the old ACW, Prince Rupert's Regiment of Horse. So, you know, it's all good in the hood. But I like the fact that he has almost different painting styles, depending whether he's doing a display piece, a historical regiment, or something a bit more fantastical.
And here we say that weird lady throwing scimitars at people.
Moist and bent. There's no basis for government.
Help, help, I'm being repressed. But I really am a bit astounded by the difference in painting schemes. Especially going from this level.
Yep.
And then looking at these guys. That's a completely different way of painting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the way to do it.
Can we even be sure that this is actually all his stuff and not just nicked from the internet?
Well, yeah.
That would be...
Why would he bother nicking it from the internet?
Well, to win a voucher to buy stuff.
Fuck me. I think you need to open your eyes. Work on the principle that nobody really gives a shit.
How can you say that? People turn in every week just to leave a comment and not be subscribed.
They all deserve everything they get. Those unsubscribed cats. Making me pick a second one. Bastards.
Does that still happen with the automation now? I don't think so, does it?
So still what? Who was?
You're using this web tool now to pick a winner, so I'm guessing you can check a box that says only pick subscribers?
Nope.
No?
No.
Terrible shame.
Yep.
Wasted opportunity.
Well, go ahead and write that. You write that program.
Don't know why should I? I'm pretty sure somebody already did.
Think of all the money you'll make from it. How many people must be crying out for it?
Oh, there's showing of the gold buttons in chat. Now.
Shocking, isn't it?
Don't show yours. You show me yours, I show you mine. Something along those lines. What's next, then? After so many Prussians?
So many Prussians, but they're only very small. Ornaments! And not the furniture.
Oh, why not? Sir Humphrey retired?
That's the one. I'm glad you've stopped calling him retarded. That's a massive step up. Well done, you.
I blame the drink.
Right. But it's not like you've only done it once. You've done it many times over several weeks and months and various projects.
I'm blaming the drink that I'm now stepping up.
Oh, okay. Well done. Well done, Drake.
I love this special bottle here. He looks so grumpy at his gun, like, why won't you fire? And at the same second, his friend comes along and just gets a shot in the head. Gun safety! Gun safety!
It's entirely possible he's blowing on his match.
You think?
Could be. Depends whether it's a matchlock Giselle or not. But if it is, then blowing on it to get the end lit up before you take your shot would make sense.
Yeah. But you might want to do that laying down and not standing upright to be a very
good to see
target.
It's a lovely country full of big rocks. You'd be standing all over the place.
Is that
Very rocky
immobile
country.
infantry?
Is that who what wearing?
The camels, is that immobile infantry or is that just terrain?
It could be both. Could be, as he puts it, improvised field defences. So,
They're still alive.
you could, but they'll stop. I mean, a fucking camel's bound to stop a musket shot. The size of those things, they're fucking enormous. But you can also use it then for scenarios or baggage trains and stuff inside your camp. But I do love the idea of mounted infantry getting into position or getting ambushed. I'm just thinking, well, fuck them. Everybody lined up behind the horses.
Oh, he couldn't be asked to drill out the barrels of the cannons? Oh, what a shame. Such a big barrel.
Comes a time in every man's life. Well, they are drilled out.
Drill out your barrels, you.
But they are.
Too small. Needs to be bigger.
Does not need to be bigger.
There's the balls. There's the small hole. There's the big balls. There's the small hole.
More than sufficient. That's fine.
Ah.
Massive fucking holes that GW have and all their things they are retarded.
Well, yes, you can overdo things.
Very much so. These people weren't firing a fucking mangonel. It doesn't need to be the size of somebody's head, for Christ's sakes.
A head cannon. Literally. Oh, look. There's somebody ringing a bell. Is that the Ottoman equivalent of the scene from what's its face?
Baron Munchausen.
No. Monty Python. Oh god, my brain.
Monty Python.
Where the monks all hit their heads, going wank. That scene.
It's going to go wank. That's the opera singer in Alas Smith and Jones goes wank. He's got a little bit of a wank on the end. But yes, I know the monks you're talking about. In the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail, yes. Lovely. And see, even here we have some flowers on a very green, grassy thing. Not as colorful as the first project of the day.
That's Greece for you. It's a very
dry,
rocky place. You're not going to get those quality colors. Look at that onion hat wearing fella, the big Suleiman. Get in there. More stuff from Tag as well. So
that's a lot of details on those.
Bright and shiny they are.
And I won't even mention the mold lines.
That's very decent of you. I don't think he cares. But still very decent of you.
Oh, some different color schemes for the horses. I think Lloyd would be very annoyed on this project because of the varying sizes of pictures, from very small to big, and again.
No, it gets annoyed at lots of things. You just gotta leave it on the wave behind. But I like all of the animal skin shabraks there. Look at them.
I don't know why, but somehow this gives me the
fear.
No, it. For some reason, the association I have is not a war army, but some kind of soft porno.
Right.
These are the rags that are on the floor where the scantily clad ladies are crawling about.
I don't think you're allowed to call them rags.
Why not? Dead animal hide. Yes, I know where you're going. I'm not going to answer that.
You're no fun anymore. I remember when you used to be cool. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Well, we've got. I can't tell you right now how much degrees, but we have many degrees.
Many degrees.
Not all
Well,
the degrees, but many.
360 degrees tend to be enough.
But then I turned around. Turn me round, baby, like a racket.
I look
Yes, Sir
forward to seeing
Humphrey.
his battle report.
Oh yeah, and a mass army shot.
Ooh, that's something we could ask him. But you could ask him. You're going to tell him that we're in here watching him, aren't you?
I think I already was.
Oh, well, too late now then.
Let's double check if I had. Not that I. That this is the one I forgot to mention. Oh, project system is starting to crawl. I think people are just now uploading their spring clean challenge.
That's probably just because we're all in here spamming the shit out of his buttons. Battanies.
Next, please.
Next, you say?
Yes.
A big one. A little one. Just a little one. It's only a wafer thin.
Crispin, the time you've set for has been watching, that's no, is watching. So there's that.
Evening, Martin.
Martin, we have been talking about you earlier tonight.
Were your ears burning?
Or he got a notification someone left a bloody comment on your bloody project. So bloody look at it.
He's been like this all night. I don't know why. I think it's the heat. He's very fussy, Martin. You have to put him to bed soon. Anyway.
So Scripps does Samurai.
Yeah, he's getting ready for more stuff for Clash of Katanas. So he's been back at the Steel Fisty miniatures, this time with a set of, what are they? Ashiguru with Yumi.
I'd call them archers.
Yeah, they're big, ridiculous longbows. I've always been fascinated by them. Why are they asymmetrical? It's very peculiar.
Yeah, it's a very short update on this project. We have
it's just the one. Yeah.
Not so long ago.
It's mostly just to go look at those gorgeous miniatures from Steelfest. I should definitely get my forces for Clash of Katanas from Steelfest.
Is he actually using actual rocks for the roofing?
It's not beyond the realms of possibility, but I believe those are the resin buildings that have them cast on there. That I showed off as a indie one week from Oshiro Model Terrain.
Mm-hmm.
If memory serves. If they're not, they're very, very similar. But,
if that's correct to the period, I think that saves you a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, it makes it painting a bit more hassle.
I mean,
hassly.
It's not a massive hassle to paint a dozen rocks on a roof. The rest of the roof is just one color dry brushed. I mean, I know we're lazy, but even I could dry brush one color and then go in and pick out 8 rocks in grey. I mean, I wouldn't do it more than once, but I'd have a fist of it. Ooh, Japanese archer event at Hyde Park. There must be, presumably, with the likes of the various Sealed Knot and Ermine Street Guard and the various Dark Age reenactment groups, there must be the equivalent, you would think, for Oriental. So Chinese and well, probably not Chinese, let's face it. China would like people doing it.
I think those would be hard to find because I remember seeing a tournament in archery in Japan, and that's literally the sport is the historic event, so there isn't a there's not very a difference. Like they don't dress up for the dressing up. It's part of the sport. It's very what's the word I'm looking for? Very focused, very disciplined. Even how to approach the line of firing is very much set in stone, and goes into the into some sort of judgment when firing your arrow.
Yeah,
So
I understand what you're saying, but that's not the same thing
well,
as reenactors going out and doing reenacting. Just having a look. Apparently, there are lots of reenactors in Japan.
ritualize.
periods.
That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Crispin.
You too can join marvelousswings.com/katayu or j-armor.com/mushiate for examples of samurai reenactment groups.
Takeshi's Castle. I think that's something completely different.
Oh, that'd be good though.
I love that show.
I keep hearing about it. Someday I'll see it.
Yes. So this short stop leads us to what next project then, please?
Zebra Outrider.
And he does Stockrave as part of the Spring Cleaning Challenge. Funny thing.
It's fucking enormous. We have been here a long time ago, but he's not rested on his laurels in the meantime, having fired together quite a lot of them. Took the ballsy decision to go with white as the main colour for one of his grips, and quite frankly, that's insane. You should never do that. Anybody working along at home, never do that. There's a phrase: you're making a rod for your own back, and painting white is that rod.
But why? White is so forgiving to paint.
That too. But yeah, interesting collection of miniatures, mostly Die Hard, if not exclusively so. I recognise a lot of the aliens and some of the retro Rogue Trooper style figures.
I
Die
was
Hard.
going to say I've never seen any of these sculpts before, I think.
Right.
At least
Oh,
not
dear.
that I can remember.
Oh man, you're missing out. Die Hard is a fantastic line of miniatures. You should go to Die Hard now and spend some money immediately. You're not going to be able to get Bot War ever again, so you may as well get some Die Hard miniatures.
Have they been part of the Indie of the Week yet?
Oh, fucking ages ago, yeah. Long time ago. I really like his undead spacemen. Yeah. Mixture of zombies and skellybobs in a variety of space outfits, up to and including the weird snake alien. You can get an undead version of it as well. That
Speaking
weird snake alien, yeah.
of skellybobs, have you seen how closely the end on more miniatures battle skellybobs was?
Yeah, £8.
That's a photo finish for you.
Well, it works. It works.
I think at one point in time, they both thought, this is not going to happen. And I wouldn't have blamed them. But it came through, and now they need to cast stuff.
That's where to go.
Where's the bloody undead?
Oh, not on this.
Not?
Zebra Outrider doesn't have any of them.
Oh.
I'm just saying, Die Hard have some really nice undead.
Oh, okay. So
In big 1970s spaceman outfits, smashed in.
here
helmets.
I was thinking I would see some nice space undead.
Yeah. Well, you still can. Nothing's stopping you seeing them.
Well, if it's a shop that takes money and for delivering goods, that's something I should stay away from currently.
No. Why would you do that? It's an outrage. Outrage!
Lies, deceptions, every day more lies.
That's the one.
Where did I put it? There.
Lies! Deceptions!
Does it work?
Every
It does.
day, more lies.
Right too. Ooh.
Schlock. Yeah.
Star Wars is Marlon Brando.
That was a interesting Kickstarter, Dutch. I've seen those, and I really like the undead spaceman in spacesuit. That they look very much like the undead guys in the original heavy metal movie. At least that was the vibe I was getting from them.
Could be. Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Zebra Outrider, well done, you mate. There's the link. Where to next?
Kings of War? Shall we?
Urukai?
Why not? Since you offered.
James S. Stockwell. I think we have been here before, haven't we?
Oh, God, yeah. Well, I have, certainly. Many times.
Well,
Looking at it, basking in it.
Is there any project you haven't looked
Tweaking
at?
my nipples.
Excluding Games Workshop ones?
I was in the Cat-chan one. I knew that was Games Workshop. I went there. I seen Hazy Boys. That was theoretically Games Workshop. You know, I'm not saying I won't go into ones that are Games Workshop. This, again, theoretically is Games Workshop. Look, that's a workshop miniature.
Oh, and there's
Hi, Dick.
somebody stealing a hobbit.
That's all right. There's plenty more of them in the shower. They grew back.
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. They're taking the hobbits to Isengard.
You're so easily amused.
Don't mind me. I'm just here to clean up the floor. Hello, Nick. So many flags.
So many. As you say,
Hobbits are sausage filled and yummy. Well, no arguing about that. So this is, again, just a short update. Last time he showed off his grand idea for transporting stuff in tiny metal boxes.
It was one way of doing it. I preferred the time before where he showed off the massive pack blocks, but you can only get that once, maybe twice per
This one?
per update. And you have to go and have a lie down. Look at that. That is hot. Speaking of hot, hello, Steve.
Voila! No,
I think
Dutch,
it's-
there's actually zero alcohol in this. This is just orange lemonade and cola.
Oh, it's that disgusting thing again. Oh, no wonder you're freaking the fuck out. It's probably the equivalent of shrooms for Germans. It's like catnip.
It's the extra added
Catnip
sugar.
for krauts.
Krautnip?
Krautnip. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can find someone in the Danelaw. It's relatively close to Germany.
Pretty sure you could find something when you're on holiday.
Yeah. You never know your luck. But anyway.
What's our next project? Next!
Wow, you went very low there. As Skype apparently decided to protect my ears from your shouting.
Well, I wasn't very loud, so
Oh well,
maybe
no,
I was
don't worry, you were
too far
you were
away.
non-existent. Non-existent, I say.
I'm just part of your imagination.
Hmm.
Royal Pain.
Also,
So this
yes.
lad is updating his project again after some hiatus. There had been some pauses.
Yeah. Well, you don't need to update it all the time. He has been working on his own game system, so this is essentially a, I suppose, beta.
A
If people
development blog.
To try it. Updated the googly drives with unit cards and the rules themselves, so they're both hitting there, which is always nice, isn't it? Isn't it always nice? Isn't it nice?
What concerns me a bit is the slow increase on version numbers. Other companies usually go from, we got 0.5, 0.7, 1.6, something something, and he's just going 1.11, 1.12.
Yeah, because it makes sense.
Yeah, it does, but it's still irritating for some odd reason, because it's so rare these days that people actually try to measure in an accurate way how the progress is going, and not just going, yeah, we're almost done.
But those companies are doing it exactly the same, but they're only publishing certain ones. That's why you get jumps in them. They'll do a change and go, oh, we don't really need to produce that for people's.
That's a lot of files.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's not fucking around. It has to be said, in any way, shape, or form, it's the young man. Most of them are unit cards. So you open up and it has the full readout for the unit in particular. Potentially including equipment, sometimes not.
Oh, bloody hell. This is again Google Drive acting weird and not letting me open.
You clicking all the buttons. It's going to try and open everything at once.
It does nothing. The Googlies do nothing.
Say that. And then it explodes.
Explosions!
What happened?
Let's put you there. And then we open up the file. And then we took a look. Open up the file, you bloody bastard.
Well, they're like unicorns in that they're mythical.
Oh.
He also has a YouTube channel, The Officer Factory.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Which
he had a break in his in his reporting because he went to care for his sister, I think was the thing.
Yeah, he was down doing something with the family.
Yeah, I remember.
That was fucking ages ago.
It's hard for me to to connect the dots between certain usernames and their channels if they're totally unrelated. I'm having a hard time following stuff. I'm old and senile.
He's been looking at some fantasy terrain recently from a company called Tinker Turf.
And
which is
also did a build video?
He's done 4 now. Done 2 long build videos and then like 2 short build / reviews.
I mentioned the war as many times as I want to touch. Also, why not?
Do that.
I think chat needs to behave a bit.
I don't think so.
You're all very naughty. Well, I can.
It's all true, though.
What's on the last and final countdown project thingamajig?
So this is an interesting one. We have been here before.
Caesar!
Yeah.
The local resident comic artist.
Yeah. This is for his firefighty game of sci-fi firefight gameness. But something I realized today when he put that update in is, apart from like cutting out midway through a sentence, shows he's about as good with technology as I am. His YouTube channel has more videos for this project than are in the project. There was like a little spate of like 4 or 5 recently that haven't gone into the project. And also I'm his only subscriber, which, is interesting.
Why would he make videos and not put them in his project?
I don't know. Maybe he thinks people are watching them here on the YouTubes, or maybe just doing it for his own personal amusement, and he'll get round to it at some point and upload them.
Let's see. 1 subscriber. Add 1, please.
That's me.
No, you're not alone anymore. Also, let's say I'll go here and go there, and I need the link. Where's the link? Give me the link. Give it to
I
me.
have the link. Not like the
There's
link.
the links. No, I was talking to my computer. And now there's 3.
Very bad at this, aren't you?
Yes.
If
I'm horrible.
people wanted to get there, they could just, click through from the project. I'm just saying.
But not if you want to open it in a special browser.
Why would you want to open in a special browser?
Because my some dude on YouTube profile is saved in a different browser, so I don't have to switch back and forth.
You're so random.
Yes, I like to irritate people.
Well, you're correct.
And luckily, most of the time it works.
Yeah.
To this day, nobody has actually managed to follow me home and tell me I'm a bad person. Wait. Okay. Ha! I'm back again.
Well done, you. Congrats, you well done. But yeah, so anyway, that is Chris's channel of stuff. Mostly little vignettes and videos and close-ups of his thing that apparently he's building a game around. But at the very start, there's like 3 dungeon design videos, which I don't know if he still does them on the live stream. Presumably he does, but he hasn't bothered his backside uploading any of them to the YouTubes.
The last live streams were some kind of video games he played.
Well, I mean, that's something that could happen, sure.
And the painting dungeon and maps has been, I think that's some time now.
Pass. I'm not big into drawing maps for RPGs because I don't like to paint myself into a corner by
Also-
having a defined, finite direction for them to go in.
Also, if you start using maps, people will start using miniatures.
Oh no, fuck that. That is the worst thing I can imagine.
We can't have that now, can we?
It's worse than Hitler. 100% worse than Hitler. Anyway.
Why you do this to me?
I don't know. I'm just speaking the truth. Sometimes in life you've got to speak truth to power. And in this case, I'm just saying, when you balance them up, miniatures and RPGs, and what Hitler did between 1936 and 1945, they're not even on the same level.
Oh, this is going to get so demonetized.
Hitler.
If anybody actually would watch this, and since we haven't had a strike of any kind in the last almost a year now, well, I guess it's time for another one.
Oh yeah, it's almost certainly time. Billion Suns is whatever scale I say, and when we get a battle report, we might get a battle report. Justin actually said he wouldn't mind playing it, but I don't think Justin realizes how non-combative it can be as a game. I imagine he's just going to try and wing all the fighters at me or something.
All the while you're just shoving transports from A to B and make your escape and earn all the monies while he's going bankrupt in turn 1.
Yeah, that too. Wasn't there a certain Aussie claiming that Hitler wasn't bad?
Yeah, there was. We don't mention him anymore.
Right. Who's that? I missed that.
No,
was it one of their parliament?
There was a great
Because there's a few of their parliament are fucking lunatics.
Dutch is referring to somebody on the Discord.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, he never mentioned Hitler.
No, I think he was referring to the SS.
No, he went straight to the SS. Yeah.
Never go full retard. Never.
With the phrase, well, what was it? I never thought I'd have to pick this hill to die on, but here I go. Rolls up shirt sleeves. And you're going, what? Oh, you're going to defend Hitler. Or sorry, defend the SS.
Yeah, he was
so
actually
good.
going, oh, stop picking on the Nazis. They weren't all that bad.
All of a sudden it explains why Grandad went far the fuck away. His helmet didn't mean he was an electrician during the war.
Yeah, I've seen that picture on 9gag more than once.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah, it's...
There you go.
And if you just look around, the world is... shit.
Pretty much.
We're fucked. The world will come to an end. And to an end comes this show. What a transition. Horrible.
I like it. Finest DJ Glue.
Oh, we were just talking about that dude of Chris and Caesar.
How'd Chris find us?
Yeah, this is a very secret get-together that's going on for 116
Oh Lord.
weeks.
Much longer than I expected it to be.
Oh, let's see. I think... Does this work? I don't think this works. Hold on.
I was just saying I
it does
felt so
work.
alone being your only subscriber on YouTube, Chris.
Not anymore, you're not.
So we made some of the others subscribe. And also, not all of your videos about your firefight project are in the project. So
This
also
works.
that.
Grand.
I suppose I could probably edit your project. Don't worry about it. If I can edit your project, I'll put them in myself. Fear not.
One day, someone on OTT will go and visit their project and go, I don't remember put this in here. When did I do that?
To be fair, I got a comment today in one of the projects that said, can you delete this, Jerry? And the project was set to private. I was like, how did you know I'd be in here?
It's private.
That is very true. Actually, that is one of the things that will guide me straight to a project. But,
It's like catnip, but for Jerry.
Yeah.
Set your project to private.
it's like crap.
Say it's a battle report.
Doesn't matter what you say it is. There's some great, tell you what, there's some great private projects that if they don't get published by their owners soon, I'll fucking publish them myself.
Maybe you should implement some kind of timer from the day the project is created. There's a, let's say, a 12-month period, and then they get published automatically.
Can I hold my wish for 12 months? Like, it seems excessive.
Well, we will make it 12 days then.
That's more likely. Also, there's some interesting ones that have great names but are currently empty, so I have high hopes in the future. High hopes.
The greatest list name. That's a top 10 list you could do for the XLBS. Top 10 best project names. You may not be able to see all of them, but these are.
I have a sneaking suspicion 42 would be probably most of that top 10, because he changes the name on a regular basis to amuse himself, and it amuses me. It's the same project, but the name keeps changing. So things like battle reports and stuff, and went in, there's not a single battle report in it, or the time he put in I don't need to show off my golden button to feel good about my project. It's like, just weird shit like that. He's just doing it, and it's just the same stuff, and I'm going, class.
Clicked on it again. Oh no.
It's nice buns, good fun. Well, happy days. From what I've heard, Big Potato, I don't think they've had a bad game. All their games are kind of fun and whimsical and stuff. So there you go. There's certainly no privacy in the project system. I'll just tell you that anyway.
And I think that's actually somewhere in the fine print when you sign on. Everything you
don't care if there is. I like to watch. Right. It's getting hot as balls in here, which is a bit weird. So I assume it's probably part and parcel of this light. I'm going to turn that off.
Well, speaking of turning off, get off my lawn now, you lot. See you next week. Bye!
Bye.